Good morning and welcome to Coffee Talk. I think you're going to hear the coffee machine trying to make coffee. It's real. So as most of you know, I am in Sandestin because I'm speaking this morning. And then I'm going to get back in the car and drive back to Birmingham so I can be with the kids. Last night we went out to this dueling piano bar. And there was this woman who, she was like a local and decided that it was her mission to make sure everybody had a good time. And you know, one of the things I'm speaking about this morning is actually knowing your audience. And there's a good chance I'm going to tell them this story today when I start talking. This woman was drunk, and actually like kind of a cute dancer. She kind of reminded me of my mom a little bit in the way that she danced. But you look around the room and you've got like legit a bunch of stiffs. People who came to just sit and watch like a dueling piano people. You know, that's not typically the place you dance. It's not the place where people are getting hammered, except for this chick. These are people who are like sipping one drink and listening to the piano music. She could not read the room. She did not know her audience. She was trying to pull people out of their chair physically by their arms to get them to come up and dance. And this was her way of trying to make sure that they had a good time. But what she really did was make everybody very uncomfortable. In fact, Ashley happened to get it on video of her dancing. And then, as luck would have it, she made a beeline for me for what was then the third time to try to get me out of my chair. And she was like accosting me, legit, like ripping me by my arms. But I was a lot stronger than her because she was a peanut. And so that wasn't going to work. But I'll have to post that video for you later because it's quite funny. Or something. I don't know. Funny's the word, but it's something. But anyway, it was interesting because she was coming from such a good place. Like, I just want everybody in this room to have the same time I'm having. But we couldn't get there because she was like 18 drinks ahead of us and clearly thought she was supposed to drop it like it's hot at a piano bar. And it's just like a different, I don't know, we weren't there. But it was awkward. And then people made fun of her, which then really made me feel bad. And then she dumped an entire drink down my back. And she felt terrible, like legit terrible. And I was like, babe, it's fine. I have 3 kids. I've had a million drinks spilled on me. Max spills a cup of milk on me at least 3 times a week. It's not a party if Max is not dumping his milk over at dinner. And she just was like, you know, doing the drunk cry. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I would never want to hurt you. And I'm thinking, yeah, I didn't get that vibe at all. Like, it's cool. It's a drink on my back at a bar. It's like a work hazard, you know? You know there's a chance someone is going to spill a drink on you at a bar. You don't think it's going to be like the old lady who's dancing like my mom to Run Around Sue, but could be. Could be. So this brings me to Corey Feldman. So let's have a real honest conversation about Corey Feldman. First of all, Corey Feldman was in Goonies, so he's basically a legend. He was also in Stand By Me, double legend. License to Drive, need I go on? Okay. Corey Feldman is part of the imprint, the yellow brick road, if you will, of my coming of age, right? He's my Jake Ryan. All right, that might be extreme, but you know what I mean. I love Corey Feldman. I've always loved Corey Feldman. Mouth? What? I love him. Recently, Corey Feldman went on the Today Show on Friday to perform a song that he has been working on called Go For It with Corey's Angels. Certainly, our expectations you know, are, I don't know, whatever they are. They're individual. I can't guess what your expectations are, but I think that if you're going to put yourself on the Today Show, then you know, Today Show's fairly mainstream. right? It's not genre focused, right? Like, I think even if Marilyn Manson was on the Today Show audience, again, this goes back to knowing your audience. The Today Show audience is very middle America, right? It's a lot of stay-at-home moms, middle America, who can have the time to enjoy the Today Show. They don't want to watch like Marilyn Manson. That's not very mainstream. You've got to know your audience. Bad PR, I will say it, and bad booking. The Today Show set Corey Feldman up to get slaughtered. That's what they did. They were wrong for putting him on their show. They know their audience. They in that moment cared more about social media trending and what everybody's talking about and how many. I guarantee when they booked him on the show, they sat in a room and went, do you realize how many people are going to click on this? This is going to be like insane. We can talk about the ethics of journalism, you know, when I die. But long story short, Corey performs. And I'm going to keep it real. I left. I was like, is this a real thing? Is this really happening? And then I sort of went like, oh, yeah, this is bad. This is just bad. And I would imagine that I did what most like normal people did. We went, oh, that was a bit of a train wreck, and then sort of forgot about it and went on with our lives. Sadly, in this country, that is not what other people do. They watch something like that and then they think, let me get on social media and say as many mean, destructive things about Corey Feldman as I can. And let me not just address the performance that elicited my deranged social media trolling. Let me also go back to the mistakes he made when he was 12 and talk about his dead friend Corey Haim, and let's make fun of Michael Jackson. Like, let's just destroy the man's entire existence because of a performance on the Today Show. Well, fast forward a couple of days and Corey Feldman is a wreck, an emotional wreck who doesn't want to get out of bed. We keep creating these situations. We create these situations, and you know what's funny? Or not funny, but funny meaning, you know what's funny but not at all funny, is if Corey Feldman committed suicide, whose responsibility would it be? The people who put him on the Today Show? The trolls on social media who have been relentless since Friday in making this man feel like he should die? How about all the people that are actually telling him to kill himself? What's interesting to me too is people will say, well, he shouldn't read the comments. Okay, well, really? Do you know how many times I've literally gone back into my phone to see if there's a text message that I missed from a friendship or relationship that has ended that maybe I might have missed, and reread the entire stream of messages just to see if possibly I misinterpreted something, or there was a word off and maybe they're still out there secretly madly in love with me, but I missed it because I saw in as and like the whole thing could just, I lost my one and ended up with Michael. Don't read too much into that. That was for a point. So I'm saying a couple of things. I am as guilty as everybody in seeing that performance and going, no, that's not your calling. Like, your calling is to act in really good 80s movies, and you did a stellar job. Better than most do in their calling, Corey Feldman. But here's the other thing. Good on ya for writing a song. By the way, I can't write a fucking nursery rhyme. Okay, Corey Feldman? 1. 2, good on you for still having those dance moves from the Pepsi commercial, buddy. Okay? That's pretty good. I mean, I don't necessarily think that he needs to channel Michael Jackson or whatever, but that's like how he grew up dancing. Did people not remember the Pepsi commercial when we all loved little Corey Feldman and he danced with Michael? 3, good on you for putting yourself out there and doing anything that you feel like you want to do. So many of us have Corey Feldman dreams, but not Corey Feldman bravery. Unfortunately, in this country, when you do anything that is different or not, you know, exactly mainstream. You open yourself up to, you know, I mean, we all love Adele. Love Adele. As long as Adele is singing those big ballads that we all have come to know and love from her, we love her. Sold out tours around the world. Let Adele start yodeling, and at first it would be funny and we'd all be like, wow, she's an amazing yodeler, but let the yodeling continue and people would be like, watch how quick they jump off the Adele train. Like, Americans love you when you're doing exactly what they want you to do, which is why in our own lives we struggle so much being happy or doing what we really want to do because we feel confined by the wants, needs, and expectations of those around us. This man came out and tried to do something different and we all laughed at him. How can we expect anything different for ourselves or for our children? I don't know. It's just a conversation. I don't know that there's a lesson here. Maybe we just need to talk about it. And if you haven't seen the Corey Feldman performance and you are now tempted to go to Google and Google it, perhaps you will watch it with kinder eyes than I did on Friday. Because it's Mouth from the Goonies and he deserves kind eyes. I like him. I really do. Okay, I have to get ready, but I love you guys so much today. Have a great day.